The Dyson V15 Detect is one of the most expensive cordless vacuums you can buy. And I've been using mine for 5 years. Not sitting on a shelf, actually using it. It's one of a handful of cordless vacuums I've used regularly in my home over that time. So the question is, after 5 years and hundreds of cleaning sessions, does it still perform like it did on day 1? I put it through 5 crucial tests: filtration, runtime on hard floor, runtime on carpet, a sand pickup test on hard floor, and a deep cleaning test on carpet. Same tests I ran when it was brand new. I'm going to show you the test results first, the actual numbers side by side, then share what I've observed living with this vacuum over the long term. If you're thinking about spending the money on a V15, this video should help you decide whether it's actually worth it for the long haul. Let's get into it. Starting with filtration, I use a frog test to test whether vacuum seals are holding up. If fog leaks out of the body when the vacuum is running, that means dust and allergens are escaping too. After 5 years, the V15 Detect passed with 0 visible leaks. The seals around the dustbin and the filter have held up well, which is important because a lot of vacuums develop gaps over time as the gaskets wear down. This one hasn't. Next, airflow. This measures how much air the vacuum actually moves through the system. It's one of the best indicators of real cleaning power. Here's the comparison. Brand new at the nozzle, I measured 29.98 CFM on low, 36.32 on mid, and 69.19 on high. After 5 years, 28.52 on low, 34.29 on mid, and 60.39 on high. So we're seeing a small drop, about a 5 to 13% reduction depending on the power setting. At the wand, which removes the nozzle from the equation, the numbers are even closer. Brand new, 34.55 low, 42.38 mid, 73 high. After 5 years, 34.29 low, 43.45 mid, 74 high. The wand numbers are essentially unchanged, which tells me the motor itself is still performing strong. The slight drop at the nozzle could be wear on a brush roll seal or nozzle gasket. Minor stuff. Runtime is where people expect the biggest drop after years because lithium-ion batteries degrade over charge cycles. Here's what I found. On hard floor with the laser roller, brand new, I got 1 hour and 24 minutes on low, 41 minutes 30 seconds on mid, and 13 minutes 44 seconds on high. After 5 years, 1 hour 20 minutes on low, 39 minutes 18 seconds on mid, 14 minutes 8 seconds on high. That's very minimal degradation. On low, you're losing about 4 minutes out of 1 hour and 24. On mid, about 2 minutes. And on high, the 5-year result was actually longer, 14 minutes and 8 seconds versus 13 minutes and 44 seconds, though that's within normal testing variance. With the motorized nozzle on carpet, which draws more power and is a harder test for the battery, brand new, I got 56 minutes and 58 seconds on low, 17 minutes and 23 seconds on mid, and 11 minutes and 2 seconds on high. After 5 years, 52 minutes, 40 seconds on low, 19 minutes, 2 seconds on mid, and 11 minutes and 59 seconds on high. Again, very close. Low mode lost about 4 minutes, but mid and high actually went slightly up. The battery has held up surprisingly well. For the sand on hard floor test, I spread a measured amount of sand on hard flooring and run the vacuum over it in a single pass. Brand new, the V15 picked up 99.8%. After 5 years, same result, 99.8%, no change. For the deep cleaning test, I rub 100 grams of sand into mid-pile carpet to simulate embedded dirt. Brand new, the V15 Detect extracted 100% of the sand. After 5 years, 100% again. Perfect score both times. So the numbers tell a pretty clear story. This vacuum has barely lost a step, but numbers don't capture everything. Here's what 5 years of use actually look like. The standout for me is the battery. I expected noticeable degradation by now. That's just what happens with lithium-ion batteries over hundreds of charge cycles. But as you saw in the runtime tests, the difference is minimal. It still runs long enough to clean my entire home on a single charge using low or mid power, which is how I use it 90% of the time. The only real issue I've had in 5 years was the dustbin seal falling off. That rubber gasket that sits around the rim of the dustbin. It came loose. Now this is not a deal breaker because replacement seals are readily available on Amazon and it's an easy fix. But it's worth mentioning because if that seal fails, and you didn't notice, you could end up with dust leaking out of the bin, which defeats the purpose of the V15's sealed filtration system. And I want to be clear, I haven't babied this vacuum. I've accidentally dropped it several times over the 5 years. It's been knocked off its deck, banged into furniture, the usual stuff that happens when you're actually using something often. Despite that, the body's held up, the motor's fine, and the laser module still works. It's genuinely been a workhorse. The only physical casualty was that dustbin seal I mentioned, and that was a quick fix. Now I want to be transparent about how I use this vacuum, because it matters for context. I don't use max mode very often. Most of my cleaning is on low or mid. I don't have pets, so this vacuum hasn't had to deal with heavy pet hair, dander, or the kind of debris that really stresses a brush roll and filter. And I avoid using it on muddy or wet surfaces. If you have multiple pets, use the max mode daily, or clean up heavy messes regularly, the results after 5 years could be different. More demanding use means faster wear on the battery, brush roll, filter, and seals. So is the Dyson V15 Detect worth the money for long-term use? Based on my 5 years with it, yes. The performance has barely dropped, the filtration is still sealed, the battery has held up. The only repair I needed was a cheap dustbin seal. Is it the right vacuum for everyone? No, if you're on a tight budget, there are solid cordless vacuums at half the price that clean well. But if you want something that will genuinely last and still perform years down the line, the V15 has earned that reputation in my testing. If you want to see how the V15 compares to other cordless vacuums I've tested, I'll link my full review and comparison guides in the description. Thanks for watching, and if this kind of real long-term testing is useful to you, consider subscribing. I'll see you in the next one.